Hey everyone, I'm Roger Montserrat, co-founder of Level Up Pre-Incubation Program. We got something really cool to share today, our 5 latest projects from the last edition of our pre-incubation program. But before we jump in, let's take a quick look at what Level Up is all about. Here's a short video to introduce you to our community and what we do. Liking what you see? Stick around to check our latest projects and learn more about them. Our teams and staff are in the chat, so feel free to drop your thoughts and questions. And don't forget to share your favorite moments with your teammates and industry friends. Let's talk a bit about our pre-incubation program. We are proud to run this with the support of several key entities, including the Government of Catalonia's Department of Culture, European Union funds, and the Spanish Ministry of Culture. As you can see, we also have a wide network of partners helping us every year, from established Spanish game studios and alumni from previous editions to major industry associations and specialized providers in game press, coaching, and marketing. Level Up operates through 4 main business lines that form our ecosystem. Level Up Game Dev Academy. This is our hub for free content. We host monthly masterclasses, produce a podcast interviewing industry specialists, and offer free courses on our website. We also organize events like Pitch and Match and our annual Game Jam to help developers network and grow. Level Up Game Studios. This is our own development arm. We create games and build teams using our expertise, often partnering with our alumni or beneficiaries to create new IPs and publishing opportunities. The bootcamps and masters, these are offer premium, specialized online training in 5 key areas: game design, programming, technical art, and business development. The pre-incubation program, our flagship program, which I'll detail next. Our pre-incubation program is a dedicated itinerary designed to support teams as they consolidate into professional video game studios. Every year, we select 6 teams for a 9-month journey. During this time, we provide 60 hours of private mentoring and 100 hours of specialized training across the 5 main pillars of game development. We also attend 4 major events. One is a physical presence at indiedev Day in Barcelona or Game Fest Barcelona, the largest indie fair in Southern Europe, where we sponsor a booth for our teams. The other 3 are online events where you can pitch to publishers, investors, and the international community to get vital feedback. Our support is split into specialized areas. The blue one, which is about covering business development, legal tax, support, production, public relations, and strategic marketing. The yellow ones, we are focusing on game design, UI, UX, programming, Unreal or Unity, art direction, sound, VFX, and animation. We have over 20 mentors with 5 to 15 years of experience. They've been with us for years, sharing their know-how and networks to help you position your game in the market. Why Level Up? What makes Level Up unique in Europe? We build long-term relationships as partners. We foster a strong sense of belonging through community activities. The project is yours. We don't change your vision. We help you pivot towards a more profitable and scalable minimum viable product. We focus on entrepreneurial vision, helping you build a viable company, not just a game. You get access to our private repository of templates, tools, and industry insights. The program roadmap is split into different stages. The stage 1, from April to September, we focus on the basics, the pitch deck, the game design document, the financial planning, the business aspects of your company, and your first vertical slice for the testing day. In the stage 2, from September to December, we move into professionalization, the legal company constitution, the polished marketing plans, and preparing your final vertical slice for major fair, events, and our online Demoday. Finally, a quick reminder of our 4 main activities that we usually do. Some of them are the biggest game jam of Spain that is celebrated online, is the Level Up Game Jam with hundreds of participants and projects. The Pitch and Match is a safe space in our Discord to showcase ideas and get mentor feedback. The podcast, currently in Spanish, featuring deep dive interviews with industry leaders, and the masterclasses, available live or recorded on our platform. Let's dive in. And remember, our teams are in the chat, so feel free to ask them anything and share your thoughts.
Hi, I'm Alessandro. I lead the team behind Project Node, a codename for a game already in development. We are a focused team of 9 specialists building a single-player isometric strategy game that combines card combat with meaningful exploration. The design is structured, production-ready, and built to scale. Today, I'll show you why it's viable. Strategy games offer depth, exploration games offer atmosphere. Very few games successfully combines both. There is a clear overlap audience, player who wants to master a system and still feel the world means something. Project Node is built for that overlap. Our rule is simple. The more you understand the system, the more the world reveals and distorts itself. In Project Node, the most important decision happens before you play a card. The core strategy is choosing where to go next. Players explore a node-based world made of handcrafted landmarks connected by procedural paths. Every node is a commitment, not a waypoint. Choosing a direction doesn't just change your location, it changes the rules of what you'll face next. Session lasts 20 to 30 minutes, designed for mastery and replay. Exploration and combat aren't separate layers. The map reshapes encounters, and encounters reshape how you interact with the world. Project Node runs on a simple loop. You choose a node, that choice triggers an encounter, combat, distortion, or narrative event. You resolve it through cards. The outcome gives you new resources, new options, or new constraints. Then the world opens again, changed by what you just did. This loop keeps running. Your strategy mutates, the world evolves, your decision persists beyond a single session. Progression works on two levels. Within your adventure, you move through 4 kingdoms. Each one doesn't just look different, it changes the rules you are playing by. Above that sits long-term progression. The most important entities are the Arcana gods. When you defeat one, you don't just remove a boss, you absorb it. The god becomes a permanent ability, a reality-shaping rule you carry forward. Over time, you are not just getting stronger, you are rewriting what's possible in the world. Our combat system is built on a simple idea. Poker is a language, not a sport. We use familiar hands, pairs, trades, full houses, so players instantly understand what matters. But here, a hand doesn't just deal damage. It triggers effect, changes the environment, rewrites the rules of the encounter. Through abilities and special cards, player can bend probability itself, turning a bad hand into a meaningful choice. You're not just trying to win fights, you are trying to outsmart the logic of the world. Project Node is built on a real engine. We use a modular system architecture, so adding content doesn't increase technical complexity. The core loop is fully playable in-engine. The node-based exploration system is fully integrated. Our next milestone is a vertical slice in the second quarter of this year. A complete explorable section showing exploration, combat, and progression working together. Artistically, Project Node is built around illusion and manipulation. The world is bright, colorful, inspired by surrealism and tarot imagery, but feels wrong, not horror, unease. Spaces look inviting, but don't behave as expected. And the colors mask hostile systems. Over time, the environment stops feeling like a backdrop, becomes an active presence. One that questions what is safe, what is hostile, and whether anything should be trusted. Project Node targets a specific player type. In Quantic Foundry terms, this aligns with the architect profile, player driven by planning and system mastery. Instead of pushing ads, we seed the world. We release fragments, images, mechanics, artifacts, and let the community connect the dots. Discovery becomes participation. This builds a smaller audience at first, but one that's engaged, loyal, and motivated to stay. We are raising €550,000 to fund full production. That supports an 11-person team over 14 months through PC launch. Our average cost is €3,300 per person per month, already validated in pre-production. This takes us from vertical slice to release without scope inflation. Break-even sits around 40,000 units on Steam. This isn't a moonshot, this is a milestone-driven production plan with controlled risk. Project Node is designed to stand on its own. At launch, it delivers a complete premium PC experience. Post-launch, our first priority is localization. We begin with eFigs, then selected Asian markets, where strategy titles consistently perform well. From there, we move to Nintendo Switch systems, not as a stretch goal, but as a natural extension to the handheld strategy audience. Any additional content comes later, optional expansion built on existing systems, not content bloat. The goal is simple: ship a complete experience that can grow only if player wants more. To close, Project Node brings deep strategic system together with deliberate atmospheric mystery. It's built by a focused team on a foundation that's already playable. With a clear path to market, we are not chasing trends. We are building for players who value understanding, mastery, and mystery. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Hector Millán. I'm the creative director of Xeno Rescue. Xeno Rescue is a dark 3D side-scrolling shooter inspired by Aliens 3 of Sega Genesis, Lovecraft, and the Dead Space universe. The protagonist accidentally activates the Purge protocol, turning every level into a desperate race to rescue scientists before toxic gas wipes out all life inside the facility. Rather than explaining it further, here is a game in action. A unique selling point, everything in Xeno Rescue is designed to create tension. The Purge protocol turns every level into a tense race against the time. The laboratory is a hostile, oppressive environment inspired by a classic sci-fi horror. Rescuing scientists is required, but keeping them alive is not. The ending of the game will depend on the scientists who are rescued. In the production, we have functional UI and game modes, clean research facility environment, and Xenohive environment. All images only captured from the current playable build. And the target audience, Xeno Rescue, is designed for a wide audience, okay? Retro and nostalgic players console, seeking experience inspired by the classic of their childhood, updated to meet modern quality standard. For Alien fans, Xeno Rescue offers the opportunity to experience the typical atmosphere of suspense of Alien saga, this time in a unique format. Games without that atmosphere never go out of style and currently is not season and genre. Here's some example of game sales with similar elements. In the business model is based on premium game release on digital platform, download including new level, character and skins, thematic standalone expansions such as Lovecraft-inspired setting, and project leadership. I have background in leadership and project execution with extensive experience in high responsibility roles in the sales sector, including branch and regional management, overseeing multi-story operation, and team of up to 24 people. Develop games while working full-time in sales, co-create and self-publish release Jin Jan in 2024, proving long-term consistency and execution under real-world constraints. With dedicated full-time development, funding directly translating faster production, higher quality, and reduce the delivery risks. Supported by realistic and achievable roadmap aligned with the available resources. With a publishing partner, this roadmap supports the execution of key milestones, including successful Kickstarter campaign and delivery of the full vision of Xeno Rescue by October 2026. Thanks for your time. I have additional material and details available upon request.
Julia, Enrique, are you here?
You. What are you doing here?
Hi, I'm Danny Mateos, CEO and producer of Loom Studios, and let me introduce Myth of Valderit, a Lovecraftian psychological horror game for PC and consoles with a 5 or 6 hours per run with a strong replayability, powered by an adaptive horror system that analyzes how you play and modifies the gameplay accordingly. Because what would you do if someone was quietly shaping your destiny, learning from how you face fear? This is Myth of Valderit. The core of the experience is our adaptive horror system. In gameplay, it takes a narrative form, the writer, an omnipresent narrator that watches your actions, reacts to your fears, breaks the fourth wall, and reshapes your path. It becomes the one who writes your destiny. In gameplay terms, the system analyzes how you play after an event and classifies you in one of the 3 fear responses, and then adapts the gameplay through level design, events, lighting, visuals, etc. This is an example path with different events from the demo. In addition to this, we have 2 more pillars. First, a Lovecraftian narrative mixed with the real Spanish legend of La Musara. You are Neil, a teenager who, after camping with his friends, discovers that they have disappeared in the middle of the night. He must search for them and becomes trapped in a cursed village from 1693 with a cult, lost souls, and a voice that drives him into madness. This ties in perfectly with our sanity system. Your mind is your worst enemy, with distorted perception and moments that make you question what is real. On a second level, the experience is built around symbolic puzzles, hide and survive mechanics, and multiple endings, among others. We are shaped by titles like Soma, Luto, and Firewatch to make sure we can achieve indie market standards. Our audience is players aged between 18 to 35 who love horror stories and narrative-driven games. Here, you can see our current progress with some in-game captures. And these are the characters of this game. But our progress will be clearer on the next slide, our roadmap. We are 9 months away of completing the project, having finished the public demo, which we have tested in multiple playtests, both in person with schools and on Steam. I will come back to this later. Our launch is scheduled for September, aiming to leverage Gamescom, the Glasgow Indie Festival, major Steam events, and our own Kickstarter campaign. Here is the point. What are people saying about Myth of Valderit? We asked Steam testers to describe the experience in one sentence, and we got reactions like we are a tribute to the classic Amnesia games, which makes me especially excited. Now, let's move forward to the numbers. As I said, we have 9 months ahead of development with a total cost of 150k. Although we have different funding sources planned, as you can see here. How much are we asking for? 100k. And what return are we expecting? First, let's look at the horror niche. Sales figures usually range from 18-30k up to 60-80k copies. With this in mind, our break-even point is 20k copies sold. For some studios, that might look like a failure, but our estimate is 44k units, 3 times the cost of revenue. We are a team that has collaborated successfully for over 1 year, but we are not alone. We were pre-incubated by Level Up, and at this moment we are supported by Barcelona Activa and receiving direct mentoring from Kickstarter itself. We were the first video game in the 58 years history of the Sitges Fantastic Film Festival to be showcased, and we have been featured in Bloody Disgusting and Marca Gaming. And you might ask, what do you need? We are looking for support in positioning, go-to-market, and the funding to complete the project. And the last question, why now? Psychological horror is resurging, and indie hits prove small teams can achieve strong ROI and traction. We are fully in production, with a few months of runway left. Without funding, development could slow down. Momentum is real, but momentum needs fuel. So, this is Myth of Valderit, and we believe that with support we can take it to the next level and make it a benchmark in indie horror. If someone wants to ask me for something or wants to try Myth of Valderit, this is my email. Thank you.
I'm Laurino, and today I'm presenting Ashborn Empires. Ashborn Empires is when Age of Empires meets Bannerlord. Usually, you have the RTS lover, the one who likes Age of Empires, StarCraft, Warcraft, likes the strategy aspect of video games, the resource management, the building the base, the planning. And then, on the other hand, you have the swordplay lover, who likes the third-person action, who likes to be the hero, who wants to be there and kill multiple units with his sword, and he usually plays Bannerlord, For Honor, Chivalry, and they usually wouldn't be able to play together. They might be friends, maybe the same age, maybe they want to play together, but they can't play together because they like two different genres. Well, Ashborn Empires will be their common place. Ashborn Empires is a co-op medieval post-apocalyptic world where one player sees the world completely different from the other one. One play as the RTS player and the other one as the third-person action or the hero player. Our unique selling points and main mechanics. As the RTS player, forge a truly unique army. The units are a blank slate, and what role they fulfill depends on the weapons you place on their hands. Coordinate with the hero. As the RTS player, you have a broader view, so you can use pings and drawing the map to guide your hero on your next steps. As the hero player, you will be fighting in a skill-based directional combat, easy to pick up, difficult to master, similar to the one in Bannerlord, not as complex as the one in For Honor. As the hero player, you can also recover ancient technology. For example, in a church, you can find a book that is a technology that the RTS player can then develop to advance the civilization. Depending on the map, you can also find different technologies, so it's map dependent. And then you can also, as the hero player, find, for example, a strong weapon that the RTS player can then mass produce and make a full army out of that. The RTS and hero loop are fairly basic ones. The RTS loop is gather resource, create villagers, construct buildings, advance ages. And the hero loop would be buy or upgrade weapons, explore and attack new core camps to level up, and then assign ability points. And where they both collide is either in defending the base or attacking the enemy base. Our inspiration and target audience. First, there's the classic RTS enthusiast who likes the basic and classic RTS loop, but has a strong focus on the resource and base building, especially, for example, from Age of Empires franchise, but also StarCraft and Warcraft. Then the hero player would be the swordplay lover, who, as I said, likes Bannerlord, For Honor, Chivalry, and likes being the chosen one, likes to be stronger than the other units. And where they both collide is they are both adults, aged 20 to 35, who have a taste for medieval themes, historically inspired stories, and co-op experiences. Our competitive landscape and market opportunity. First of all, don't worry, we don't want to compete with Age of Empires 4. It's here just to highlight that the all-time peak was reached 4 years ago and it's about 70,000, and the 24-hour peak is less than 30% of that. So there's a huge market opportunity there. Below there are a few titles, RTS titles, indie titles that have been released or are currently in early access, which means that RTSs are games that thrive in early access. For example, Godzone and The Scoring, the ones in orange, has been released in early access recently and have great success. Same with the ones in blue, which are games that were in the past in early access and are now released. As a summary, we are Bloom Umbrella. We are developing Ashborn Empires, an RTS plus RPG game. And our scope is for the early access 2 civilization and 6 faction. So 3 faction for each civilization. For the early access, there will be 5 campaign missions, which we taught the game, and they will last around 7 hours. And of course, there's also the PvE and PvP replayability. We are looking for localization, quality assurance, and marketing and publishing. This is the team. We haven't released any video games yet, but we have worked in other projects together, winning, for example, first place in a small game jam and getting third place in a big game jam. We have the team to develop the game, and we have been developing for almost a year now. But if you are interested in collaborating with marketing, we are open to that as well. We hope that you enjoyed the presentation. If you're interested, you can scan the QR code, which will send you to our socials, or you can also contact us on our mail. Thank you very much.
Welcome to Hell. Here, battles aren't fought with swords, they're fought with cards. In Hell Hold'em, you'll navigate the labyrinthine circles of the abyss, facing off against the abominations that dwell within. Each demon is unique, wielding dark powers and embodying the deadly sin they serve. But there is more than just combat. The game weaves a deep narrative where every card and item tells a story, immersing you in a journey to rescue an unjustly condemned soul. By combining powers, we swap the card for a random one from the deck. Luck smiles upon us. We drew another ace. But wait, we can duplicate it using our sleeve. What was originally going to be a mediocre hand has now become a full house. Special cards grant crucial strategic advantages. Here we use the Ghost Queen, transforming all face cards into queens, guaranteeing a superior hand. But remember, this is Hell. The enemies are relentless, and sooner or later, defeat is inevitable. However, falling is not the end. You will return to the start of the circle, keeping your special cards and wisdom ready to face the demons once more, though your temporary powers will have faded. This is Hell Hold'em. Play dirty if you want to survive.
Hi, I'm Pedro Ramos, narrative designer of the Twisted House, and I'm here to talk to you more about what is Hell Hold'em and how you can survive into hell. Imagine descending into hell to rescue a condemned soul. But when you arrive, you realize nothing is as you imagined. You discover the truth. Demons don't fight with swords, they fight with poker. But not the poker you know, of course, the corrupted version from hell, the Hell Hold'em. And the deeper you descend, the more you begin to suspect that the soul you are trying to save is not the only thing at risk. Hell Hold'em is a turn-based RPG with roguelike elements, where you fight demons in corrupted poker duels as you descend through the 7 circles of hell. You play as the magician, a renowned detective who accepts this dangerous mission in exchange for a powerful artifact. This artifact is the Dante's Rope, an object that guarantees escape from hell. But how you will survive in hell? Fortunately, you will have some help. The first and most important help is the Infernal deck. This deck evolves through your run and becomes more powerful. You will be able to unlock special cards that allow you to make stunning hands. For example, a full hand of queens thanks to the Ghost Queen card that turns all face cards into queens. As you descend deeper into hell, you also unlock new suites. The Infernal deck doesn't just the 4 classic suites. It contains 7 Infernal suites, each tied to one of the 7 deadly sins. Its suites change how combat works. Demons receive damage from their own sin, but suffer increased damage from the other seed. Bringing the red suites into battle can mean the difference between defeat a demon or feeding its power. But that's not all. Demons play dirty and will cheat against you, so it's crucial that you learn to cheat them better. You will have different cheating powers that let you swap, steal, or even burn some cards. And of course, you all have your sleeve, where you can hide 1 or maybe 2 cards and use them to defeat demons. You will need those powers because demons fight hard. You will encounter more than 100 different demons, each with their unique style and powers designed to make your life or death difficult. For example, you will encounter Lucifuge, who has a very annoying ability. Each time a hearse card is revealed, the demon heals for that card's value times 10. You will need to defeat all the demons to advance through hell, but more importantly, each time you defeat a demon, you can ask them something that brings you closer and closer to the soul you need to save. The answer you uncover might change what do you think about the mission and about who sent you. As you advance, you will also develop your skills and decide what type of player you are. Are you more of a trickster, a fighter, or a detective? You will unlock cheating styles, special objects, and boost based on your choice. But enough information. As you may be thinking, in hell nothing is as it seems, so you will have to descend yourself to uncover the story. Regarding our target audience, we believe our game will appeal to everyone, but especially to fans of card games with a dark narrative twist. Card games currently represent one of the top performing niche on the Steam platform, with higher engagement and player retention than the average Steam game. These market dynamics, combined with Hell Hold'em distinctive identity and gameplay experience, create a strong market opportunity. And what about us? Our team is a video game studio born from No Solo Roll, Spain's leading tabletop RPG publisher. For over 15 years, we have been creating, publishing, and localizing narrative-driven games. Our team has worked on more than 500 titles and well-known IPs like Vampire the Masquerade, Adventure Time, Dune, and Blacksat, always focused on world building, systems, and story. We are seeking a publisher partner who believes in Hellholden commercial and artistic potential to help us to complete the game and lead the publishing, marketing, and distribution efforts to reach our shared audience worldwide. So, are you ready to embark on a trip to Hell? Thank you for your attention.
Did you enjoy these amazing projects? I'm sure you did. And remember, our next call for applications is now open, so don't miss your chance to submit your video game project. We can wait to see your talent in action and help you level up your studio and your game. It's been a pleasure sharing this space with you. See you at our future events. Bye bye.